The Laz language is a Kartvelian language spoken by the Laz people on the southeastern shore of the Black Sea. It is estimated that there are around 20,000 native speakers of Laz in Turkey, in a strip of land extending from Melyat to the Georgian border, and about 2,000 in Georgia. Classification: Laz is one of the 4 South Caucasian languages. Along with Mingrelian, it forms the Zan branch of this Kartvelian language family. The two languages are very closely related, to the extent that some linguists refer to Mingrelian and Laz as dialects or regional variants of a single Zan language, a view held officially in the Soviet era and still so in Georgia today. In general, however, Mingrelian and Laz are considered as separate languages, due both to the long-standing separation of the communities of speakers and to a lack of mutual intelligibility. The Laz are shifting to the Turkish of Trebizond. Geographical distribution: the Georgian language, along with its relatives Mingrelian, Laz, and Zvan, comprises the Kartvelian language family. The initial breakup of Proto-Kartvelian is estimated to have been around 2500–2000 BC, with the divergence of Zvan from Proto-Kartvelian. Assyrian, Eurasian, Greek, and Roman documents reveal that in early historical times, the numerous Kartvelian tribes were in the process of migrating into the Caucasus from the southwest. The northern coast and coastal mountains of Asia Minor were dominated by Kartvelian peoples at least as far west as Samsun. Their eastward migration may have been set in motion by the fall of Troy. It thus appears that the Kartvelians represent an intrusion into the Georgian plain from northeastern Anatolia, displacing the predecessors, the unrelated Northwest Caucasian and Vanik peoples, into the Caucasian highlands. The oldest known settlement of the Lazoi is the town of Latsos or Old Lazak, which Arian put 680 stadia south of the Sacred Port and 1020 stadia north of Piteous, i.e. somewhere in the neighborhood of Tuaps. Kai Esseling sees in the Lazoia section of the Kirkitai, who in the first centuries of the Christian era had to migrate southwards under pressure from the Zygoi. The same author regards the Kirkitai as a Georgian tribe. The fact is that at the time of Arian, the Lazoi were already living to the south of The order of the peoples living along the coast to the east of Trebizond was as follows: Colchi, Macalones, Heniochi, Zytritai, Lazai, subjects of King Malasis, who owned the suzerainty of Rome, Apsali, Abaxi, Sanagania, Sebastopolis. The ancient kingdom of Colchis was located in the same region the Laz speakers are found in today, and its inhabitants probably spoke an ancestral version of the language. Colchis was the setting for the famous Greek legend of Jason and the Argonauts. Today most Laz speakers live in northeast Turkey, in a strip of land along the shore of the Black Sea, in the Pazar Ardesan, Kamlahems and Findakli Ikazdir districts of Rise, and in the Arhavi, Hopa and Borki districts of Artvan. There are also communities in northwestern Anatolia where many immigrants settled since the Russo-Turkish War and now also in Istanbul and Ankara. Only a few Laz live in Georgia, chiefly in Ageria. Laz are also present in Germany, where they have migrated from Turkey since the 1960s. Social and cultural status: Laz has no official status in either Turkey or Georgia, and no written standard. It is presently used only for familiar and casual interaction, for literary, business, and other purposes. Laz speakers use the country's official language. Laz is unique among the South Caucasian languages in that most of its speakers live in Turkey rather than Georgia. While the differences between the various dialects are minor, the speakers feel that the level of mutual intelligibility is low, given that there is no common standard standard form of Laz. Speakers of its different dialects use Turkish to communicate with each other. Between 1930 and 1938, Zan enjoyed cultural autonomy in Georgia and was used as a literary language, but an official standard form of the tongue was never established. Since then, all attempts to create a written tradition in Zan have failed, despite the fact that most intellectuals use it as a literary language. In Turkey, Laz has been a written language since 1984, when an alphabet based on the Turkish alphabet was created. Since then, this system has been used in most of the handful of publications that have appeared in Laz. Developed specifically for the South Caucasian languages, the Georgian alphabet is better suited to the sounds of Laz, but the fact that most of the tongue's speakers live in Turkey, where the Latin alphabet is used, has rendered the adoption of the former impossible. Nonetheless, 1991 saw the publication of a textbook called Nana Nina, which was aimed at all Laz speakers and used both the Latin and Georgian alphabets. The first Laz Turkish dictionary was published in 1999. The only languages in which the Laz receive an education are Turkish and Georgian. Virtually all the Laz are bilingual in Turkish and Laz or in Georgian and Laz. Even in villages inhabited exclusively by Laz people, it is common to hear conversations in Turkish or Georgian. Turkish has had a notable influence on the vocabulary of Laz. Laz speakers themselves basically regard the language as a means of oral communication. The families that still speak Laz only do so among adults in informal situations, with Turkish or Georgian being used in all other contexts. This means that the younger generations fail to fully acquire the language and only gain a passive knowledge of it. In recent times, the Laz folk musician Birol Topaloglu has achieved a certain degree of international success with his albums Hayamo and Aravani. The Laz rock and roll musician Kazim Koyuncu performed rock and roll arrangements of Laz traditional music from 1995 until his death in 2005. In 2004, Mehmet Bekaroglu, the deputy chairman of Felicity Party in Turkey, sent a notice to the Turkish Radio and Television Corporation declaring that his native language is Laz and demanding broadcasts in Laz. The same year, a group of Laz intellectuals issued a petition and held a meeting with TRT officials for the implementation of Laz broadcasts. However, as of 2008, these requests have been ignored by authorities. Laz Dialects. Laz has 5 major dialects: Zopuri, spoken in Hopa and Nigeria; Via Akabulali, spoken in Arhavi and Findikli; Kaluri, spoken in Duskoy village in Borka; Atanuri, spoken in Pazar; Artisinuri, spoken in Ardesan. The last 2 are often treated as a single Latinan dialect. Speakers of different Laz dialects have trouble understanding each other, and often prefer to communicate in the local official language. Writing system. Laz is written in Medrali script and in an extension of the Turkish alphabet. Linguistic features. Like many languages of the Caucasus, Laz has a rich consonantal system but only 5 vowels. The nouns are inflected with agglutinative suffixes to indicate grammatical function and number, but not by gender. The Laz verb is inflected with suffixes according to person and number, and also for grammatical tense, aspect, mood, and evidentiality. Up to 50 verbal prefixes are used to indicate spatial orientation, direction. Person and number suffixes provided for the subject as well as for 1 or 2 objects involved in the action, e.g., Gimpalam equals I hide it from you. Grammar. Some distinctive features of Laz among its family are: all nouns end with a vowel, more extensive verb inflection using directional prefixes, substantial lexical borrowings from Greek and Turkish languages. Vocabulary. Ho, yes; Virginia, var, no; Mark, I see, you; Skani, your, skimi, skimmy, my, gegagginas, zelidike obate, hello. Isaripe, good night, I'm Oxted, welcome, Didi thanks, MUC or, how are you, Ivor, Vrosivor, I'm fine, Dido Zilabas vor, I'm very happy, Marvalure, I'm going, Margamavalure, I'm going outside, Gale, outside, Maramavalure, I'm going inside, Dolix, inside, Margavalure, I'm going down, Tood, down, under, Marasavalure, I'm going up, Jin, up, Sonoriri, where are you from, Rapasani, Trabzon, Turkona, Turkey, Turkey, Rusati, Russia, Jusistani, Juchi.Msv8, Georgia, place of Georgian, Oxorka, woman, OCI, man, Boza, Kulani, girl, Bikhai, boy, Supara, book, Megaba, friend, Koropa, love, Mudulia Ikab. What is your job? Lazuri Gitskini. Do you know Laz? Mushi Coxons. What is your name? Marcy Korip. I love you. Bibliography. Grove, Timothy. Materials for a comprehensive history of the Caucasus, with an emphasis on Greco-Roman sources. http. Timothy Grove. Blogspot.com. 2012-07. Materials for comprehensive history of HTML. Kojima, Goichi Lazuri Grammari Chiviyazalari, Kadikoy, Istanbul, ISBN 97586635550. Nichols, Johanna. The Origin and Dispersal of Languages. Linguistic Evidence. In N.G. Jablonski and Amp. LCILO. The Origin and Diversification of Language. San Francisco, California Academy of Sciences. Nichols, Johanna. The Origin of the Chechen and Ingush. A Study in Alpine Linguistic and Ethnic Geography. Anthropological Linguistics 46 to 129-155. Tweete, Kevin. Highland Georgian Paganism, Archaism or Innovation. Review of Zurab Kagnadze, 1996. Kartvelian Mythologia IJ Veridar SAQMO. Annual of the Society for the Study of Caucasus 7 to 79-91.